Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am so glad that you've joined us for this little while. And if you're listening to this when it's being released, it's the thick of the holiday time in the United States and I guess wherever people celebrate the winter holidays. And things can be a little stressful, so congratulations on giving yourself this little bit of time to just recharge. Let's get started. So let's begin with our 3 nice, really deep breaths. Just allowing ourselves to settle in, and if you still have your eyes open, enjoy this little Christmas decoration that I received a few years ago from my brother. I just think it looks magical. If you look behind, you can see where the light is reflecting off of the glitter and moving around the room. So again, 3 deep breaths. First, fill up your chest. Hold it for a moment. And release. And now fill up your chest and your back. Just feel your whole rib cage expand, front and back. Hold it for a moment or as long as you'd like. And then release it very slowly. And now take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Fill up your chest, your back, and your belly. Just fill it up. Feel your whole torso expand. Hold it for a moment. And then release it. I can tell you what my dad would have said if he had seen this little thing, which is actually a Santa. But they had other variations of it. But the point is, you know, the moving, twinkling glitter. He would have said, "Oh, it's magic," or "It looks magical." And so my guidance today is that we are going to focus on magic and about being worthy of the magic that is all around us. So draw everything up to the center line. We're going to just kind of bring it all together. Press your feet, your knees, your upper legs together. Pull up your pelvic floor. Press your arms and you can pull your hands up to your shoulders if you want. Push your arms against your torso. Tuck your chin gently. Squinch up your face, and then with the next breath, breathe in, squeeze everything to the middle line. Hold it for a moment, and then as you exhale, let it all go. And feel that increase in blood flow in your whole body. It feels so wonderful. So magic. There is magic all around us all the time. I had a client one time who just seemed to bubble over with it. And she talked about enchantment and magic. And when we can shift our focus from, this need to know everything all the time, and shift back into a sense of trust and magic, we know that it is everywhere. So just settle in. And first let's kind of focus on when I said we are worthy of the magic. Earlier today I read something from someone who's very dear to me, and she posted that she has a wonderful life and she doesn't feel like she deserves it. And it broke my heart. Because somewhere along the line we are taught that we have to earn our good. And if we haven't worked hard enough, which it's never hard enough, in this mythological, hard enough, work idea. If you don't work hard enough, you don't get a wonderful life. And if you get a wonderful life in spite of that, then you don't deserve it, which is crazy. It defies all logic, because we are born as worthy beings. We are inherently worthy. So let's just chew on that for a moment, and we'll have a little quiet to think about where you sit on that idea. Do you feel like you are worthy of having a wonderful life, of having everything that your heart desires? Or do you feel like you have to earn it? Somehow you have to work hard, and only when you work hard have you earned it. So let's take a broader look and think back to before we came into these human lives, when we were still in the oneness, deciding with God, with the universe, with the one presence, the one power, and the oneness of all souls, deciding to have this human life. What would be the point of choosing a life where you believed you weren't worthy? Or what would be the point of coming in and not being worthy? Not necessarily believing it, but actually not deserving it. What would be the point of that? You're an infinite soul having a human experience. And we very bravely come in. And when we choose a human experience, we take on a body and a personality, and we come in at a period of time and take on the beliefs, the common beliefs of our time. So those were things that you chose, and things that you have some change, some influence over. For example, you can make some changes to your body, and you can certainly make changes to your personality if you'd like. And both of those things require a lot of persistence. We are powerless over everything outside of ourselves. However, we do have power over how much we buy into it. And one of the things that we agree to experience as human beings is emotions. And it's a complex relationship with our bodies and our thoughts and our emotions and our infinite selves. And we get to choose which we are going to focus on, and then see the results of that. And there's no punishment, although sometimes it feels like it. It's only the results of our own thoughts, words, and actions. So we can create things that cause us not to feel worthy or not to get what we want. You know, the example of someone who wants a different job but never applies for one, or someone who wants a relationship but never, tries to find one. There's lots of examples of times when we don't get what we think or say we want because we never tried. And so owning up to our own decisions is a very powerful place to be. Absolutely everything that you have decided up until now has gotten you to this place, which is a most holy place. It is where you are right now. And I think very, very often there is a lot more magic around us than we realize because we forget to look. So I have holiday decorations up in my house, and I remind myself every now and then to just stop and enjoy them and appreciate that extra light, the extra color that's in my home right now. I invite you to be aware of the magic around you, to pay attention to the coincidences, to know that everything is working together for your highest good. Absolutely everything without exception. So let's take a moment to think of an emotion, or maybe an idea, a belief that no longer serves us. And it might be the idea that you cannot stand to see other people suffer, so you would rather take one for the team than watch anybody else be in pain, which at first glance sounds noble. Our first thought, first moment that you think of it, sounds noble, but it is harmful to us. We have no control over anyone else's thoughts, words, and actions. And if we stand up for ourselves, or we ask for what we need and want, we might get it. And if asking for what we need and want causes someone else to be uncomfortable, we're powerless over that. Being true to ourselves can be a big challenge. So I invite you to just be present with yourself. And as any thoughts come up, any anger or sadness or fear or shame or confusion come up, just to allow them to be. Thank them for revealing themselves to you. Because sometimes we stuff them away so deeply we are not aware that they're there anymore. So thank them. Bless them. Tell someone else about it. And then let it go. Ask the infinite, the one presence and the one power, God, whatever your higher power is, whatever you consider your higher power to be, ask it to release that emotion for you. And we talked about you cannot release something you haven't held, so take a moment to hold it, be aware of it, and forgive yourself for it. You know, I'm certainly one of those people that would much rather experience my own pain than see someone else in pain. And yet I can also see how that has hurt me. And so I just allow myself to be with that idea for a moment. And I suggest you let yourself be with whatever idea you need to right now. Thought, word, action, emotion, belief. Tell someone about it, and then ask the infinite to remove it, to take it away, and replace it with peace and magic. I invite you to look for magic everywhere, and I would love it if you would respond to this with a message for me, for all of us, about where you saw magic, where you experienced it. There's wonder and beauty all around us. We are truly, truly blessed. Take one more nice deep breath and know that magic is unfolding in, through, and as you all the time. You are someone else's magic, whether you realize it or not. You are someone else's magic, whether you realize it or not. Thank you for bringing magic into my life by tuning in. It really is a gift to me. So take another nice deep breath. And I invite you to be true to yourself, especially this week when things get a little hectic. And even if you listen to this in the middle of the summer, chances are something in your life might be getting hectic. And to know that magic is happening all around you all the time. And there's so many blessings, so much beauty, so much joy, if we just look for it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And remember that you are whole and perfect, infinitely worthy, exactly as you are. And the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as you. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in.